In last part we have studied the free fall condition. In free fall condition, let us revise the equation. First equation is v equal to gt, second equation is s equal to half gt square, and third equation is v square equal to 2gs. Now let us see a problem under a free fall condition. An object takes 5 seconds to reach the ground from a height of 5 meters on a planet. What is the value of g on the planet? For this question, see what are the things given. Here time taken by the object to reach the ground is 5 seconds, means t is 5 seconds, and the height to which this object falls on the planet means the distance traveled, the displacement of object is 5 meters. Here we have to calculate acceleration due to gravity, that is called as Earth's gravitational acceleration, means small g. Capital G is different, that is gravitational constant, its value remains same everywhere. Here we have to calculate small g, that is Earth's gravitational acceleration. It is one sort of acceleration when your body is pulled by the Earth's gravitational force. So in this problem we are releasing the body from 5 meter height. It takes 5 seconds to reach the ground. So what is the acceleration due to gravity on that planet? Here, observing these values, which equation is suitable? As time distance is given, so we have to use st form, and that equation is s equal to half gt square. See how we reach to that equation? Here from Newton's second equation of motion, here st relation is s equal to ut plus half at square. As the object is falling freely, means on the object only Earth's gravitational force acts, the object is said to be in free fall. So substituting the condition of free fall, u equal to 0 and a equal to g, equation become s equal to half gt square. So here s value is 5 equal to half, we have to find the g, and t is 5 square. So it become 5 into 2, 10, for calculation of g, 5 square, 25. Solving this, we will get g equal to 0.4 meter per second square. The value of g on that planet is 0.4 meter per second square. Let us see the next question on the free fall condition. An object thrown vertically upward. Now the motion is against the gravity, means away from the earth. An object thrown vertically upward. In upward case, what happens? Here the speed of the object continuously decreases. So this is a common example when we throw a body away from the earth's surface in upward direction. So speed decreases, velocity decreases. So it is a case of retardation. In this case, the acceleration is taken as negative, since it is a case of retardation. An object thrown vertically upward reaches a height of 500 meters. After reaching this 500 meters, its final velocity becomes 0. Because this is a common example when we throw the body in upward direction, initial velocity is not 0, but its velocity goes on decreasing and the final velocity becomes 0. What was its initial velocity? This is the question. How long will the object take to come back to the earth? Actually, object is thrown on the earth's surface. Again the question is asked, how long will it take to come back on the earth? So how long it will take? So here the to and fro journey of the object, like you have studied in the sound, that is sonar and the echo case. Here the object moves up and then it will reach to the ground. So here to and fro journey. So here whatever the displacement, so the total distance will be twice of it. That is the total distance traveled. That is the upward distance traveled plus downward distance traveled. Assume g equal to 10 meter per second square. Let us solve this question to calculate the initial velocity and the total time required to reach the object to ground. Here distance traveled by the object when it is thrown upward, its displacement or the distance traveled is 500 meter. g is 10 meter per second square. Here we have to find the initial velocity and the total time. So here as s is given and you have to find the u, so we have to use here s u relation, that is the third equation of motion. So using the Newton's third equation of motion, that is called as velocity displacement form, v square equal to u square plus 2as. Remember, always in this Newton's equation of motion, acceleration is constant. In this your gravitation chapter, acceleration is always acceleration due to gravity. But here we have to start using the sign. When object moves up, we have to take this acceleration as retardation, means with minus sign. And when object moves down, then acceleration is acceleration. It increases the velocity, so it is positive. So when stone is thrown upward, that object is thrown upward, its final velocity will be 0 when it reaches the maximum height, when it reaches to that height. So here final velocity is 0 and acceleration equal to minus g, since it is a case of retardation. So substituting this value in the third equation, that is 0 equal to u square. Here we have to calculate the initial velocity. It is not a case of free fall, it is reverse of this. So we have to calculate the initial velocity plus 2 into this minus g. By minus g, because here initial velocity is not 0 but final velocity becomes to 0, minus g into s. So this equation will become u square equal to 2gs, shifting this negative term to this side, u square equal to 2gs. Substituting the values, 2 g value is 10 and here displacement is 500, that is it will give u square equal to 10,000. So square root of this is 100. So initial velocity is 100 meter per second. Now when stone reaches the height, the velocity of stone becomes 0, and when it comes back on the ground, its final velocity will be same as that of u, because this you have studied in the chapter work and energy in the class 9, that here total energy remains constant. Here kinetic energy is converted into potential energy and potential energy is again converted into kinetic energy. That total energy remains constant. Hence whatever the velocity with which we are throwing the object upward, with the same velocity it strikes the ground. So hence this u equal to v when the object reaches on the ground. Let us simplify the next part of this question. Now here we have to calculate the total time for which the object remains in air. So for calculating that time, using the Newton's second equation, that is s equal to ut plus half at square. Here s equal to, here substituting u equal to 0. Here the motion is considered from top to bottom. Top to bottom means your initial velocity is like a free fall condition. Initial velocity is 0 and final velocity is same as that of initial velocity with which the object is thrown. So here s equal to half gt square. Here in place of a we are taking g, means it is a case of acceleration. Acceleration case is downward motion. Upward case is retardation. So as we are using here plus g, means it is a downward motion. Here distance traveled is height, that is 500 equal to half into, here g value is 10 plus, means downward motion, into t square, means this is the time taken by the object to move from highest position to the ground. So simplifying this, 500 into 2, that is 1000, 1000 by 10 is 100, hence t square equal to 100 and t equal to 10 seconds. This is the time taken by the object to move from highest point to the ground. Hence the total time taken by the object from the throwing condition, from the point of throw to again the situation when the object reach the ground, that is twice of this calculated value. Hence the total time will be whatever required in your answer, for answer, that capital T equal to 2 into small t, that is actually time of ascent and time of descent. Always time of ascent equal to time of descent, that is 2t, that is 2 into 10, that is 20 seconds. That is time taken to go up equal to time taken to come down. Here we have calculated time taken to come down, that was 10 seconds. So equal time required for the object to go up. But in upward motion, initial velocity reduces to 0 at highest point, and in downward motion the velocity changes from 0 to the highest velocity. Hence that capital T is 20 seconds. Hence we will write the answer in the words: the initial velocity is 100 meter per second and it takes 20 seconds to come back on the earth or come back on the planet surface. Let us see one more question on this free fall condition. A ball falls off a table, means a ball is falling from a table. It is a free fall condition, might be, and reaches the ground in 1 second. It takes a time from table to reach the ground is 1 second. Assuming g equal to 10 meter per second square, calculate the speed on reaching the ground and the height of the table. Here given time equal to 1 second, g equal to 10 meter per second square. Here we have to find the final velocity and the height of the table, that is the displacement of the ball. Here whatever the displacement of the ball, that is height of the table. From Newton's first equation of motion, here v equal to u plus at. In free fall condition, substituting free fall condition means from top to ground. Here a equal to g. So substituting u equal to 0 and a equal to g, your final velocity on reaching the ground become v equal to gt. G is 10, time is 1 second, hence the final velocity on reaching the ground is 10 meter per second. From Newton's second equation of motion, s equal to ut plus half at square. Here u equal to 0 as the ball is falling from the table, initial velocity is 0, and a equal to g. Here the equation become, here s equal to means what is the distance traveled by the ball, that is the height of the table, that s equal to half gt square. Half into g value is 10 into time taken by the ball to reach the ground is 1 second, so that 1 square. Simplifying this is 10 by 2 is 5, hence the displacement of the ball is 5 meter, and whatever the displacement of the ball, that is equal to the height of the table. Now to continue the next problem, so we will continue it in the next session.